Okay, dear friends, welcome, 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 welcome. Let's get down to brass tacks. I think this is a great day to celebrate, my friends, a great day to celebrate. And a couple things I want to bring to your attention. By the way, your comments absolutely sometimes, dare I say, I might even find myself lacrimating, tearing up, welling up. Your sincerity in this matter is just without peer. This is not a joke for you. This is not some little gossip fest or hey, let's just make fun of somebody. That's not what this is at all. I think it goes without saying, and forgive me if I speak, I don't want to speak on behalf of you, but I think I know a little bit. But as your grandpa, I think I can say this. I couldn't care less about Erica Kirk. Couldn't care less whether she buys the aloe clothes. If you did that, I don't care. I don't care about her life. I don't care about TPUSA. I really don't. Whatever they want to do. If they want to blow up, fine. If they want to franchise, they want to go into a mall or a strip mall. I don't care. That's not my concern. I'm not here to make fun of her looks, make fun of the way she dresses, make fun of what she does. But what I am here to do is to identify, and I think I speak on behalf of you, I'm here to identify bullshit and lying. And we're after two things, the truth, but specifically justice for Charlie. This isn't a joke. I want to be very, very clear about this. See, a lot of people think that this is about you, that you're just some petty individual. You're just some petty, a pettifogger, as we say. You're just mean. Do you think that when Barron, by the way, excellent. Candace was on all cylinders today. And Barron as well, superb. But do you think that we give a rat's ass about air flights and who landed first? It's only to point out the lie. And what happens is when you point out the latest iteration of the lie, what you're telling people is you can't believe these people. You can't believe them. There's also something which is happening too. This idea of the whistleblowers. This is something which I can't explain enough. There is something happening here that is absolutely. I'm going to bring this up to your attention, or bring this to your attention, because I'm sure you realize it, but I realize it even more than anything else. I've seen this happen. There is a change in the way people are reacting to a lot of stuff. And what's also happening, which is very interesting to note, is that there's this, I guess for lack of a better word, there's this new focus on a lot of things. Let me explain this to you. For the longest time, and I don't want to mention names. I don't want to mention names because, first of all, I don't want to give anybody any credit. And it sounds petty, and I just don't want to. But you know who. I mean, if I mention them, you say, oh, yeah, right. For the longest time, people said, okay, here comes Candace Owens. They perceived, let's face it, they didn't like Candace because they didn't really care about what she said about Macron. They really, honestly, nobody cares about this broad or whatever the thing is. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Cousin E.T., nobody cares. Nobody. It's interesting. Well, it's interesting. Yeah. Hey, a dude. Okay. Nobody cared. That wasn't a problem. Nobody came after Candace. Nobody sent the pack of hounds after her. But then what happened was, then all of a sudden Candace says, wait a minute. She mixed with Tucker Carlson and a lot of other people and a little bit of smatterings of Nick Fuentes, but not really. And a little bit of Alex Jones, but not really. But it came down to specifically this. Her views on geopolitical policy and warfare did not comport, did not comply, did not jibe with the rest of the people. And she was perceived as a threat You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. That's what this is about. Okay? You got it? That's what it was. They couldn't care less about Charlie. They couldn't care less about Charlie or her or the the widow. They didn't care. They wanted to shut her up because they're used to this. They're used to this. They think they can just shut everybody down. They think they can just tell you're going to say this and you're not. We're in control. We're in control of you and what you say. And if we give you a label, we're going to send the Cerberus, the pack of hounds after you, and we're going to show you how dare you traverse, how dare you throw down the gauntlet, how dare you tangle with us because we're a force. Yeah. Blow it out your ass. That's what she said. And they didn't like this. So they said, okay, Ms. Candace, we're going to show you. And then they sent out the first one. In no particular order. Again, I don't want to give them any credit. They sent these jadruls out that somehow, in their mind, carried some kind of wallop. These intellectual titans that came out and said, we're going to show you, Candace. By God, we're going to show you. Show me what? You didn't show me, pardon my French, you didn't show me dick. Nothing happened. Nothing. In fact, Candace got bigger. Say, whoa. So they brought up the big dog, right? And when they brought up the big dog, Candace's numbers went up. And you came along. And people said, hey, Candace is in trouble. And that's where we came. We came out of nowhere. It was the damnedest thing you've ever seen in my life. All of a sudden, so they said, well, wait a minute. It's not supposed to work like this. Aren't people cowing? No. She's bigger than ever. Okay. Let's send another one out. And I'm not going to go through the list, but they're so pathetic. Who did they think? What did they think they were doing? Again, one gal in particular freaks everybody out. Every time you see her, nah. I thought, this is what you send out? Oh, she'll put Candace in her place. Nothing. It was a joke. People said, what the hell is that? That's so-and-so. Well, what is she? Well, she's the anti-Candace army. And get this. What is it? She's going to pack a wallop. She's accusing Candace of being an anti-Semite. And you said, what? An anti-Semite? Why? Because of what she said about geopolitical issues. Well, what's wrong with that? We don't care about that. What? We don't care about that. What was that again? You said, I'm here to talk about Charlie. I don't care about a lot of stuff which you are interested in. The Levant, Middle Eastern issues. That's not why I'm here. Candace has a point. Good for her. But that's not why we're here. What do you mean that's not why we're here? It's not why we're here. We're here because of Charlie. Well, Charlie may have gone south at the end. And Charlie may have changed his mind about geopolitical issues. We don't care. That doesn't mean anything. We're not here because of Charlie and what he thinks about, again, Trump's policy regarding, no. We're here because we thought, and again, I'm speaking for you, I'm sorry. We're here because we thought Charlie was a great guy and a strong Christian and a moral man and a family man. And he was such a bofa, a breath of fresh air, that we said, this is the greatest thing in the world. We're here for him. We don't give a shit about that other stuff. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. Really? Yes. We liked him. And if he changed his mind about political parties, geopolitical affiliations, or if he changed his brand of toothpaste, it doesn't matter. That's not why we're here. The world doesn't revolve around your issues. We're here about truth and America. truly America first, but also you're here about maybe beyond, maybe at the afterlife, maybe eschatological stuff. That's what it's about. So then they said, okay, now we're going to send up. Then they send this other guy in who is so weird. He thinks he controls stuff. It's like, what? Well, we're going to send him out. What? Candace absolutely blasted this fellow. When Candace was, I can't remember the name of the woman who was recently, what's the name of the woman who was found guilty of poisoning her husband? You know what I'm talking about. You know I'm talking about, the woman, whatever her name is, whatever. And so Candace says, oh, this fellow says, I think this woman should be taken out and hanged. Okay, fair enough. And Candace says, and do you know why, people? Why this? For 1 solid year, she played, I'm the how do I say this? I'm the victim. I'm the widow. She killed her husband, poisoned him, whatever. And you know what got him? You know what brought her to justice? People coming forward and people saying, wait a minute. Wait. Yes, right. Corey Richens, thank you. She's the one. People doing to her what folks are doing regarding Erica and others as well. Candace deserves a Pulitzer Prize. Could be Pulitzer, maybe. Thank you for that. Maybe this medium might kind of, absolutely. So anyway, he was pushed aside. Next, who else is out there? Then, bless his heart, Ben Shapiro. Believe me when I'm telling you. Believe me like you believe you exist. Whoever's in charge of his particular ventures are saying, we really got to reconsider Ben. Yeah, he just isn't. No, I don't know where he's. Do you want to be somebody who merely perseverates and reiterates what people already know? Or do you want to be somebody who changes people's minds? He doesn't change anybody's mind. Well, he might change people's minds, but the opposite. Candace is always bringing in new people, new folks. These dilapidated dinosaurs think that this bevy of folks, that many of them they've just paid off just to sit there and be. And it was ridiculous. And then even Alex Jones, I don't know what she was on Adderall or something. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. No idea what he's talking about. None. And they bring up Nick Fuentes. Oh, stop it. So you know what? They just gave up on that. They gave up. They really did. They, honest to God, they gave up. And then there's these 2 bits who come along at the last minute because they want to get a part of this. And they're doing the old, she's a widow stuff. Let me tell you something. They don't get it. They think that we're just sitting around being mean to people. If Erica Kirk went away, just went away, goodbye, just went away, nobody would find her and say, oh, you were going to bring you back. Why? Well, no, Erica, there's nothing to say. Without Erica, there's nothing for us to say. We have no position. No, it doesn't work like that. Then you've got Joe Kent. These are the whistleblowers, and the whistleblowers are to come forward when this, let me tell you something. Somewhere, I don't know where, I don't know what particular group, but there's somebody who I would not be surprised who was either actively involved in, either actively or negligently or through some kind of act of misprision, somebody who is very, very seriously involved in the execution and the dispatch of Charlie. Among us, a name, somebody. Wouldn't be surprised. Somebody who said, you know what? Because when people get real big and real lofty, they feel like they can do whatever they want. And they also, let me tell you something. When you're making, and I believe me, and I know we're saying, oh God, let's get all the allegedlys out. But if all of a sudden you're basically a punk, and all of a sudden you're flying in jets, and you're making more money than anything else, and you haven't done a thing, and the person who's bringing that money to you is Charlie, it's weird. You would think that's you would do nothing to affect that golden calf, so to speak. That golden. Anyway, people can get really weird. They can get real conspiratorial, and they can get real sloppy and real negligent and real stupid, real dumb in terms of what they can and can't bring about and what they can and can't cause. You don't know what's happening. Let me tell you something. This place is a mess. From layers and avenues, it's not just, don't think TPUSA, it's this organization. It's these people who think sometimes we can do whatever we want. We are the coolest kids around. And then comes Joe Kent. And why anybody in their right mind would, now they're going to threaten him and go after him and it's going to basically, it's going to feed the narrative that you know to be true. This corrupt group of people all over the world. And all they had to do was just sit down and leave everything alone. Why did you have to touch Charlie? What was the purpose? Who benefited from this? Who? This is the end of a movement. There will never be another Charlie. Anybody else who tries this is going to be known as the guy who is trying to be the next Charlie. There will be no Charlie. He will be the only one. So let me just explain this to you. Now, here comes Candace, and she's picking up steam. She is saying every single day, we've got every square inch of your ass covered and tracked. Between Barron and her and others, we know every LLC, LLP, INC, partnership, you name it. Every time you got a new driver's license, you know everything up and down regarding the Lori Franz. You know all about her. You know everything. I mean, you know a CV, a curriculum vitae regarding old, what's her name, that nobody can even comprehend. And they're thinking, holy shit. And we're not done yet. Barron knows the plane when it landed, how high it was, how fast it flew, where it dropped, who was on the plane, who wasn't on the plane. It's almost like saying, I know where you are. I know what you did this summer. I know everything about you. I know everything about you. What is going on here? And every day is a new thing. You know what else you did? This was so good. Imagine this really freaking Eric out. Imagine somebody, and by the way, this might have been a little bit, but the one who sent in the information about the aloe clothing that she bought right away, even they said, Jesus Christ, I can't even buy this? I can't even go to the store? You know, you bought this, and this, the day of the... Everything you do, we're watching you. We know everything. Turn that off, honey. That is clicking away. It's the stove. Now, what's the weirdest thing, which is the strangest thing of them all, believe it or not, more than anything else, is the fact that there is this sense of, oh my God, what is that? Nothing? All the things turned off? Well, turn them on and off. This is the strangest thing all of a sudden. All of a sudden, our stove is making clicking noises. This is the damned... Huh? Okay. Okay. Well, you know what we've got to do? We've got to call downstairs. This is very strange. I think you'll agree with me that I'm going to have to cut this a little bit early because... Okay, hang on a minute. Do you know which one it is? Okay. My friends, I hate to do this. I might pick up later. I hate to tell you, but we have gas that's coming out. So anyway, don't want to hear a big boom. Talk to you soon. You'll understand.